Have you ever started shaking during meditation or energy healing? Your body suddenly takes over. You're not imagining things. You might be experiencing a Kriya, and it's more common than you think. Lately, I've been doing a lot of energy healing, and I've been releasing a lot from my heart and my throat. And what happens is I shake quite a bit. And it starts off subtly. I get heat in my hands, and then all of a sudden my arms start to tremble and my whole body starts to move, and sometimes it can feel quite violent. And there's no emotion, there's no story or visions that I get in my mind, there's no drama, I just get pure movement. But what happens after I allow the movement to stop? I experience a release. So what are Kriyas? These are spontaneous movements, and the Sanskrit word Kriya means purifying action. They happen when prana, or life force energy, begins moving through the body and meets resistance, which is old tension, unprocessed emotion, and energetic congestion. It can be shakes, twitching, and swaying, or full body like tremors. Now, animals do this instinctively. I don't know about you, but if you've ever watched the Geographic Channel and you've seen a deer being chased by a lion and it finally gets away from it, and then it does the shake and then goes back to eating grass like nothing had happened. And that's how wild animals survive without carrying lifelong PTSD. But humans, we override the instinct, we suppress, we push it down, we hold it all in, and we can hold it in our tissues, our fascia, our muscles, and our nervous system. But it's not only limited to our physical body. In yogic philosophy, we have the 5 koshas, the 5 layers of being. You've got the physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and bliss bodies. Trauma can exist in any of these layers. It might live in your organs, your breath, your psoas muscle, or even in the emotional field around your body. Sorry, that's my door. It's very windy in here today. But sometimes the body releases without needing to assign a meaning or a memory. No story, no catharsis, just energy leaving because it is finally safe to go. The wonderful thing that I've been noticing in social media is we're seeing a rise in modern modalities that intentionally activate these tremors. It's a way of releasing the energy without having to relive the story. One of those modalities is called TRE, which is tension and trauma releasing exercises created by Dr. David Buscelli. This was designed with war survivors and veterans. He found that trauma often lives in the psoas muscle, a deep muscle running from your spine to your thighs, known in some traditions as the muscle of the soul. TRE uses gentle movements to activate the natural tremors and discharge deep-seated stress. And then there's CAP, which is Kundalini activation process. It's not breath work, it's not meditation. You lie down and the energy moves through you, and the body might cry, shake, scream, laugh, twist, or just be perfectly still. You are just allowing the energy to do what it needs to do. Different systems, same core truth. The body knows how to release. For me, the way I feel it is it feels like the energy is moving upward, like the Kundalini snake trying to wiggle its way up through the body, and often my body will move and contort in weird ways. But at first I thought it was weird, but then I started to just lean into it more, and sometimes it'll be all of a sudden, then it'll stop, then it'll go for ages. Anyways, the analogy that I like to use is, think of you boiling a pot of water for pasta or potatoes and you put a lid on the top. When the steam starts to rise, the pot starts to dance, and that's kind of what is happening to your body. And eventually the pressure finds its exit, but if you resist it, you're not allowing the energy to move. That's why it's really important to surrender to it. That's what the Kriyas feel like for me, like steam leaving the body. Now, the truth is, not everyone shakes and not everyone experiences Kriyas. That doesn't mean that you're not healing. It just means that some people release energy different, and sometimes it might be in your sleep. My best friend releases through tears. The thing which is important to know is that your body speaks its own language, and the most important way to understand this is to tune in. But I would love to know, how do you think your body releases? Share in the comments.